Archangel Gabriel says you will be offered a high-paying job in a different country. Do not accept until you visit. The ink is already drying on a document you have not yet seen, but your spirit has felt the vibration of it for 3 days. You have been waking up between the hours of 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning, feeling a strange mixture of excitement and dread, a fluttering in your chest that you have mistaken for anxiety. It is not anxiety. It is the approach of a destiny so massive that your mortal body is trembling in anticipation of the shift. Archangel Gabriel, the messenger of heavy truths and swift changes, stands at the threshold of your life right now, and he holds a map in his hand. This map shows a flight path. It shows a border being crossed. It shows you, suitcase in hand, standing in a city where the language is different or the air tastes of salt and new earth. There is a high-paying job offer coming to you. It is not a maybe. It is a certainty fixed in the timeline of your future. The salary is more than you have ever made. The title is one that commands respect. The location is a place you have dreamed of, or perhaps a place you never considered but now feels strangely magnetic, like a puzzle piece snapping into place. But listen to me closely, for I am the voice that whispers when the world is too loud, and I am the silence that follows the thunder. Do not sign. Do not say yes. Do not pack a single bag until you hear what I am about to tell you. This offer is a test. It is a golden gate, yes, but there is a key you must retrieve before you walk through it, or the blessing will turn into a gilded cage. Archangel Gabriel says you will be offered a high-paying job in a different country, but you must not accept until you visit the place of the buried talent in your current life. I know who I am speaking to. I am not speaking to the ones who are content to drift like leaves on a stagnant pond. I am speaking to you, the one who feels a burning in the soles of your feet, an urge to run, to fly, to escape the heaviness of your current surroundings. You have felt trapped. Not just physically, but spiritually. You look around at the people in your life, your co-workers, your neighbors, perhaps even some in your own family, and you feel a profound disconnect. It is the sensation of being an eagle raised in a coop of chickens. You love them, yes. You serve them. You are the one who fixes the problems. You are the one who checks on everyone else. You are the emotional anchor for a ship that would otherwise drift away. But in the quiet moments, when you are driving alone in your car, or when you are washing the dishes late at night while the house sleeps, you ask yourself, who checks on me? Who anchors me? I see the weight you carry. I see the invisible backpack of other people's expectations that you have strapped to your shoulders for a decade. You have convinced yourself that this weight is your duty. You have convinced yourself that suffering in silence is noble. But your spirit is screaming. That is why you are irritable for no reason. That is why you feel a sudden wave of exhaustion even when you have slept. Your soul is tired of playing a character that is too small for the actor. You have outgrown your environment. You have outgrown the conversations that loop in circles, never going deeper. You have outgrown the salary that barely covers your needs, forcing you to juggle and rob Peter to pay Paul. You have been praying for a way out. You have been whispering to the ceiling, "Lord, give me a sign. Give me a door. Get me out of here." And now, the door is opening. The job offer is the answer to that prayer. It is real. The email is drafted. The recruiters are looking at your profile right now, nodding their heads, saying, "This is the one." They see your talent. They see the skills you have honed in the shadows. They are ready to pay you what you are worth. The move to a different country is part of the package because you need to be physically removed from the soil that has stopped yielding fruit for you. You need new ground. You need to be planted in a place where the rain is fresh. However, there is a danger here. A trap laid by the one who does not want you to rise. There is a specific spiritual adversary, not a demon with horns, but a cold, suffocating energy of restriction that has followed your bloodline for generations. Look at your parents. Look at your grandparents. Did they almost make it? Did they have a dream that was cut short? Did they have an opportunity to leave, to build, to become great, only to be pulled back by duty, or fear, or a sudden calamity? This is the pattern. This is the cycle. The enemy waits until the moment of escape, and then he pulls the leash. This time, the enemy knows he cannot stop the offer. You are too powerful now. Your prayers have been too consistent. The angels are protecting the opportunity. So the enemy has changed tactics. He wants you to take the job prematurely. He wants you to rush. He wants you to run to this new country carrying the seeds of failure in your pocket, hidden in the lining of your coat. If you leave without visiting the place of the buried talent, you will take the old cycles with you. You will get the money, but you will be lonely. You will get the title, but you will get sick. You will get the new house, but the walls will feel cold. You will be in a new land, but you will act out the old patterns of self-sabotage. Gabriel stands in the gap. He holds up a hand of fire. He says, "Wait. There is a timeline on this. This is not something you can ponder for months." The energy is moving fast. The gears of the universe are turning with a grinding sound that only the chosen can hear. I am telling you that within the next 72 hours, a communication will come. It might be a direct offer, or it might be the initial inquiry that sets the process in motion. But before you sign, before you even verbally agree, you must perform a specific act of retrieval. You must visit the place where you left your true self behind. This is not a metaphor. For some of you, this is a physical location. It is the grave of a loved one you never properly mourned because you were too busy being strong for everyone else. It is the house where you lived when you were 12 years old, the year you stopped drawing, or singing, or dreaming, because someone told you to grow up. It is the university campus you dropped out of, or the building where you were fired from a job that crushed your confidence. For others, The visit is a spiritual journey to a locked room in your memory. Think back. There was a moment in your timeline, I see it clearly, a moment where you made a silent agreement with mediocrity. You said, I will just survive. I will not try to thrive, because it hurts too much to hope. You buried a talent there. Maybe it was your voice. Maybe it was your ability to write. Maybe it was your gift of prophecy, your intuition, which you shut down because it scared you. Gabriel says you cannot go to the new country empty-handed. You must go back and dig up that talent. You must go to that grave, that house, that memory, and you must say, I am taking it back. Why is this urgent? Why am I telling you this with such intensity? Because the window is closing. The offer that is coming has an expiration date attached to its spiritual potency. If you accept it as a broken person, it will break you further. If you accept it as a whole person, it will be the platform for your empire. The difference between a curse and a blessing is often just the condition of the vessel that receives it. You are the vessel. You must be cleansed. You must be whole. Do not think this message is for the masses. The masses are watching cat videos. They are arguing about politics. They are asleep at the wheel of their own lives. You are here, reading these words, feeling the heat rise in your face, because you are part of the remnant. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one chosen to change the trajectory of your entire family name. That is why the attacks have been so hard lately. That is why the money has been tight. That is why the car broke down, or the appliance failed, or the unexpected bill came. It is the resistance before the breakthrough. The enemy is firing his last arrows because he sees you reaching for the shield of faith. I want you to visualize the country you are going to. You may not know the name yet, but your spirit knows the vibration. Is it colder there? Is it tropical? Is it a place of ancient stone or modern glass? Close your eyes for a second. What do you see? That flash of an image, that is Gabriel giving you a glimpse of the promised land. But to enter the promised land, you must cross the Jordan. And to cross the Jordan, you must leave the wilderness completely. You cannot carry the wilderness in your heart. The place of the buried talent is where you left your confidence. I am speaking to a specific person right now who used to write poetry. You stopped because a teacher or a parent laughed at it. You must find those notebooks. Or you must go to the place where you wrote them. I am speaking to someone who used to play an instrument but sold it to pay a debt. You must go to a music store, hold that instrument again, and tell the universe, I am still a musician. I am speaking to someone who was betrayed by a business partner and swore never to trust again. You must go to the place where that business started, stand outside the door, and release the bitterness. This is the work. It is not easy work. It is harder than packing a suitcase. It requires you to face the pain you have sedated with work, with food, with scrolling, with caring for others. But if you do this, if you make this visit before you sign the contract, the job in the new country will not just be a job. It will be a coronation. You will arrive not as an employee, but as a ruler. The people there will sense a power in you they cannot explain. You will be promoted rapidly. You will find favor with strangers. The foreign land will treat you like a native son or daughter. But if you skip this step, if you rush, if you let the dollar signs blind you, you will arrive, and the old shadows will be waiting for you at the airport. You will find the same toxic boss in a new body. You will find the same draining friends in new faces. You will make money, but it will slip through your fingers like sand. Gabriel is holding the door. He is looking at you with eyes that burn like coals. He is saying, do not be foolish. Do not be hasty. Go back and get what belongs to you. The timeline is ticking. This offer is preparing to manifest in the physical realm within days. The spiritual decision must be made now. Tonight. Before you sleep. You must resolve in your heart, I will not run away. I will run toward my destiny, but first, I will reclaim my past. There is someone specifically who needs to hear this. You have been seeing the number 555 everywhere. On license plates, on receipts, on the clock. You thought it meant just change. It does mean change. But 5 is also the number of grace. Grace is not just a free gift, grace is power. You are being given the power to rewrite the story that was written for you by people who did not understand your value. The job offer is the pen. But you cannot write a new chapter if you don't know how the last one ended. Go to the place. It might be a phone call you need to make to someone you cut off. It might be a letter you need to write and burn. It might be a physical drive to a neighborhood you haven't visited in 20 years. You know what it is. As I speak these words, a picture is popping into your mind. That is it. Do not doubt it. That is the Holy Spirit pointing a finger at the map. Go there. Fix this. Then fly. The lawyer who will contact you, or the recruiter, they are just pawns in a much larger game. They think they are filling a vacancy. They do not know they are fulfilling a prophecy. They do not know that they are summoning a giant. But a giant who is asleep is useless. A giant who is bound by the chains of the past is dangerous to themselves. You must wake up. You must break the chains. Do not wait until Monday for this. The angels are moving on your behalf between now and sunrise tomorrow. The decision to visit must be made in your heart tonight. The actual visit must happen before you sign the paper. If the offer comes tomorrow, you tell them, I need 48 hours to pray. Do not be afraid to make them wait. When you know your worth, the world waits for you. When you are desperate, you wait for the world. Stop waiting. I see a woman who has been crying in her shower so her children don't hear her. This job is your exit. This country is your sanctuary. But you must leave the grief down the drain. You cannot pack it. I see a man who feels he has failed his father. This job is your redemption. But you must visit your father's resting place, or the place where you last spoke to him, and you must tell him, I am doing this for us. Connect the dots. The frustration you feel at your current job? It is the bow being pulled back. The tension is necessary to launch the arrow. But if the arrow is crooked, it will miss the target no matter how much power is behind it. The visit straightens the arrow. This is the law of divine preparation. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins. The new country is the new wine. Your current spirit, battered and bruised, is the old wineskin. If you pour the blessing in now, you will burst. You will have a breakdown. You will sabotage it. The visit is the process of renewal. It oils the skin. It makes you flexible. It prepares you to hold the weight of the glory that is coming. Listen to the sound of the wind outside your window. It is picking up. The seasons are changing. The stagnant air of your life is being blown away. Gabriel is blowing his trumpet, but it is a soft sound, meant only for your ears. Pack your bags, he says. But first, pack your soul. The antagonist of your story, that voice of doubt, that toxic family member, that system that kept you small, they are betting on you staying the same. They are betting that even if you leave, you will fail. They are laughing in secret, saying, they will be back in 6 months. They can't handle it. Prove them wrong. Not by fighting them, but by outgrowing them. By healing so deeply that their words no longer stick to you. The high-paying job is the weapon God is placing in your hand to slay the poverty mindset that has plagued your lineage. The different country is the battlefield where you will win your greatest victories. But a soldier does not go to war without his armor. Your armor is your healed identity. Go get it. Go to the place. If you are skeptical, I ask you this. What do you have to lose by pausing? What do you have to lose by taking one weekend to address the ghosts of your past? Nothing. But you have everything to gain. The risk is not in waiting, the risk is in rushing. The trap is speed. The key is deliberation. The universe respects a made-up mind. When you decide, I am going to visit the place, I am going to heal this wound, and then I am going to take the job, the universe shifts. The offer might even get better. The salary might go up. The relocation package might increase. Because you have signaled that you are not a beggar. You are a king. You are a queen. And royalty does not run, royalty processes. You are about to be offered a seat at a table you never thought you'd be invited to. Do not sit down with dirty hands. Wash them in the waters of closure. Visit the place. Say the words. Break the vow of silence. Then, and only then, pick up the pen. The signs will continue to escalate until you obey. You will hear conversations about this specific country. You will see ads for it. You will meet people from there. It is the magnetic pull of your future. But remember the warning. The bridge to your future is built on the pillars of a resolved past. If the pillars are cracked, the bridge will collapse under the weight of the blessing. Part 2 begins below, ****. Wait. Pause this video if you have to. What I was about to say is incomplete. There is a disruption in the spiritual signal. A static that is clearing right now. There is something else. A more urgent truth that I am being shown right now, just for those of you who have made it to this exact moment. I need you to stop thinking about the job for a second. The job is a distraction. The high salary is a shiny lure to get your attention, but it is not the core of the prophecy. I need you to do something physical right now to ground yourself. Look at your hands. Turn your palms up. Look at the lines etched into your skin. Do you see how they intersect? Do you see the map written in your own flesh? These hands were not made to just type emails or stack boxes or steer a wheel. These hands were shaped to hold a legacy that was stolen from your bloodline 3 generations ago. The job in the different country is not an employment offer. Listen to me. It is a repatriation mission. You are not being sent there to work for them. You are being sent there to retrieve something that belongs to you. Here is the secret within the secret: the country you are being called to, whether it is across the ocean or across the border, is not random. It is a place where your ancestors, or your spiritual lineage, once held power, or land, or a specific spiritual authority. They were pushed out. They were silenced. They lost the deed, or they lost the knowledge. The job is the universe's way of paying for your ticket to go back and find it. But the entity offering you the job, the corporation, the boss, the organization, they sense your power, but they want to harness it for their profit. They want you to come as a servant. They want you to sign a contract that limits your rights. They want you to be an employee in a land where you are meant to be an heir. This is why you must visit the place of the first wound before you go. Because in that place, that childhood home, that old church, that grave, there is a key. A memory. A piece of information. Maybe it's an old box of photos. Maybe it's a story an aunt never told you. Maybe it's just the feeling of remembering who you were before the world broke you. You need that key of identity so that when you land in the new country, you don't land as a worker. You land as a warrior. If you sign the contract without this realization, you will be trapped in a high-paying prison. You will make money, but you will feel empty, because you will be building someone else's kingdom on the very soil where you should be building your own. The one who created this injustice, the spiritual force of usurpation, believes you have forgotten. They believe you are just desperate for a paycheck. They do not know you are waking up. They do not know you are listening to this. You have until the sun hits the horizon tomorrow to shift your mindset from, "I need this job," to, "This job is my Trojan horse." Do not look at the salary as your salvation. Look at the salary as your funding. You are going undercover. You are going to take the job, yes, but you are not going to be the job. You are going to be the spy in the house of the enemy, gathering the resources to rebuild what was lost. But you cannot do this if you are walking in shame. You cannot do this if you feel small. That is why the visit is non-negotiable. You must go back to the source of your pain and crush it. You must stand over the memory of your failure and say, "You do not own me." You must look at the place where you were rejected and say, "I am chosen." Type Amen.